It is what it is. And again, the media like to hate him too. So, I'm going to catch a lot of that backlash too. But I mean, it is what it is. I ain't really stunned that too much. And I'm not worried about narrative. I'm worried about what I can do in the ring.
The boxing world is on fire as Gervonta "Tank" Davis prepares to take on Lamont Roach on March 1st. But it's not just the fight that's grabbing attention. It's the intense rivalry between them. Their recent face-off was anything but friendly, with both fighters trading harsh words and nearly coming to blows.
Rematch clause, people, so get ready for 2 fights. But, yes, and after I beat him the second time, I probably would ask the WBA to let me go up to 140 and fight.
As the fight approaches, Gervonta "Tank" Davis is making waves with his incredible shape. Known for his explosive power and speed, he's looking more focused than ever. A recent photo he shared sent social media into a frenzy, with fans pointing out that he's already at or near fight weight, proof that he's taking Lamont Roach seriously. One fan commented, "Retiring? No way. He looks more determined than ever." Another added, "People said he lacked discipline, but this shows he's all in for this fight."
Would you be content if you won this and that's your last fight? Or nah, still some more heads you gotta put on the wall?
Yeah, it's definitely some more heads to put on the wall.
Lamont Roach has been staying quiet, but his training camp has been making noise by sharing clips of his intense workouts. His sparring partners say he's faster and more durable than ever, showing a new level of sharpness. When Davis and Roach finally faced off for their official stare-down, the tension was off the charts. Davis, known for his intimidating presence, stepped in with his signature cold stare. But Roach didn't flinch. He stood his ground, meeting Davis's intensity head-on. The trash talk kicked off immediately. Davis leaned in and warned, "You won't last 3 rounds. I'm putting you to sleep." Roach shot back, "Keep doubting me. You'll be the one laid out, staring at the lights."
And you see who it is. Yeah. Who is the dude? Who is the dude?
The tension kept rising until security had to step in. Davis looked like he was ready to swing, and Roach pushed forward, refusing to back down. While Davis is in peak condition for this fight, he's also hinted that 2025 might be his final year in boxing. At just 30 years old, talk of retirement has sparked debates among fans and analysts. Why walk away now? He still has huge fights ahead, one fan questioned. Another had a different take, saying, "When will he face real competition? Roach isn't the test. He needs to fight Lomachenko or Keyshawn Davis before even thinking about retiring."
They retiring.
What trash?
What changed? What made you?
This is trash, garbage.
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Madam.
Shakur Stevenson didn't hold back when he joined the conversation, adding even more fuel to the fire. In an interview with TalkSport, he said, "He's the superstar, so it's on him. I can't send him an offer, but Turkey Alashik can. I don't know why it hasn't happened yet. He's a weird guy, and honestly, I don't have much respect for him." Stevenson's words only intensified speculation that a fight between him and Davis is bound to happen, unless Tank retires before it can become a reality.
Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing.
While Davis is the clear favorite, Lamont Roach is far from an easy opponent. He's quietly built an impressive record, and his camp has been laser-focused on finding weaknesses in Davis's game. During a recent media day, Roach made his intentions clear. "Tank's got power, no doubt, but he's not unbeatable. He's been rocked before. If I stay sharp, I'll take him into deep waters and break him." Roach's team has reportedly been drilling strategies to counter Davis's explosive attacks, focusing on endurance and neutralizing his dangerous left hook. If Davis wins, fans are already speculating about what's next. The biggest possibilities? A long-awaited showdown with Vasily Lomachenko or a blockbuster fight against Keyshawn Davis. Both matchups that could convince Tank to put retirement on hold. But if Roach pulls off the upset, it would shake up the boxing world. A win would catapult him into the spotlight, possibly setting up a rematch with Davis or a title shot against another top fighter. Fans remain split. Tank is going to bulldoze Roach. He doesn't stand a chance, one fan predicted. Another argued, Davis isn't retiring after this. He looks more locked in than ever.
If he want to retire with the career that he got, then go ahead and do whatever you got to do. So I disagree with it. I think it's soft, but that's on him.
Do you still think that fight's possible? I know
Some believe Roach has a real chance to pull off the upset. Davis is underestimating him. That's a big mistake. One commenter warned, Roach has nothing to lose and everything to gain. One thing is clear, Tank Davis isn't just confident, he's dangerous. As the undefeated WBA lightweight champion, he has built a reputation as a ruthless knockout artist. Ahead of his March 1st clash with Lamont Roach, he made sure to remind everyone why he's a serious threat, proudly pointing out that he has handed 8 undefeated fighters their first losses. But what does that mean for his fight against Roach? And more importantly, with retirement rumors swirling, what's next for the boxing superstar?
Yeah.
When Davis posted, "I am dangerous" on Instagram, it wasn't just talk. It was a message to Roach and the entire lightweight division. He's known for getting inside his opponents' heads long before they ever step in the ring. Whether it was Jose Pedraza in 2017 or Ryan Garcia in 2023, Davis has built a career out of breaking the confidence of undefeated fighters. His rise to boxing superstardom wasn't just about skill. It came from his relentless work ethic and hunger to dominate. His knockout victory over Frank Martin in June 2024 was proof of that. After taking down Ryan Garcia in a high-profile bout, Davis wasted no time getting back to work, delivering a brutal finish against Martin that only strengthened his reputation as the most dangerous fighter in the sport.
Never let nobody play me like that in negotiations ever again. That will never happen. Ever. I'm going to beat this guy, this guy, this guy. I'm going to get so big that Gervonta has to fight me. And we're going to do it on the right and fair terms.
A boxing analyst summed it up best. Davis isn't just looking to win. He wants to send a message every time he steps into the ring. And that message is simple: don't mess with Tank. Lamont Roach may not have the undefeated record of Davis's past opponents, but that doesn't make him an easy target. As of January 1st, 2025, he has proven his grit, power, and determination, even when the odds are against him. Confident in his abilities, Roach made his stance clear at a recent press event, stating, "Tank is taking me lightly. He thinks this is just another fight, but I'm here to prove everyone wrong."
I say 9th round.
What?
I say 9th round.
You said 9?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look. He looked at night.
I'm telling him, you saying you going down in a night?
Roach's team has been studying Davis closely, looking for any openings they can exploit. One key area they focused on is Davis's tendency to take early shots before settling into his rhythm. To capitalize on this, Roach is expected to rely on quick combinations and constant movement, keeping himself out of range of Tank's devastating power punches. Getting this fight finalized wasn't easy. Davis initially announced the matchup months ago, but scheduling conflicts and delays caused frustration for both camps. At one point, Davis even declared the fight was off, leaving fans and media scrambling for answers. After weeks of back-and-forth negotiations, both fighters are now officially locked in for their highly anticipated showdown on March 1st in Brooklyn, New York.
I think he actually took this fight for the naysayers and all this and all the people talking shit about the fight. I think he actually took the fight because he know that I'm a dog, and he want to prove his skills against a dog. So I'm gonna show y'all what happens when two dogs get in the ring together.
The delays may have actually worked in Roach's favor, giving him extra time to prepare for the biggest fight of his career. For Davis, though, it was just another exercise in patience. Boxing is all politics now, he said in a recent interview. Too much talk, not enough action. I'm just ready to silence everyone. But the biggest shock surrounding Davis isn't just this fight. It's his plan to retire. At only 30 years old, he announced he'll be stepping away from boxing by the end of 2025. Fans and analysts were caught off guard, especially since he's still at the top of his game. For Davis, however, the decision is about self-preservation. "I've given my all to this sport," he admitted. "I love boxing, but it takes a toll. Mentally, physically, emotionally. I don't want to be one of those fighters who stays too long and pays the price." This isn't the first time Davis has voiced his frustration with the boxing world. He's been outspoken about the sports business side, calling it trash and criticizing the constant politics that come with it. Money also plays a big role in his decision to retire. "The plan was always to make as much as possible and leave while I'm still healthy," he said. And when he steps away, he's making it clear, there will be no second guessing. "Once I'm done, I'm done. No comebacks, no exhibitions. None of that."
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah,
Care to elaborate on that?
out of the sport.
For Davis, financial freedom means having control over his own exit from boxing. With multiple million-dollar pay-per-view events under his belt, he's solidified himself as one of the sport's top earners. But despite his retirement plans, he's not done yet. Davis intends to fight at least 3 more times before stepping away, and fans are eager to see if that includes a blockbuster showdown with Shakur Stevenson or Vasily Lomachenko. If Davis defeats Roach, the demand for a Stevenson fight will only grow. Stevenson, who has been vocal about wanting the matchup, recently said, "If Tank is serious about his legacy, he knows what fight needs to happen next."
Steven Espinoza said Shakur turned down a one-fight deal to fight you because he wanted a multi-fight deal. What's your thoughts on that?
He's not worth it. He's not worth no multi-fight deal. He's not.
Another potential opponent is Keyshawn Davis, a rising star in the lightweight division who has been pushing for a showdown with Tank. Fans have also speculated about a possible rematch with Ryan Garcia, though that seems unlikely given how dominant Davis was in their first encounter. Regardless of who he faces next, one thing is certain, Davis is determined to cement his legacy. "I'm not leaving any doubts behind," he declared. "When I'm done, they'll know I was the best."
Oh, Ryan? He's crazy. He's crazy. Talk about rematch. He said I was the best at 135 to 42. He said that. Say he won't fight me again.
Ellis stated, "Shakur keeps talking, but when it's time to make the fight, he's nowhere to be found. If he really wanted Tank, he'd push for it like a man." These comments only added fuel to the fire, with fans debating whether Stevenson is avoiding the fight or if Davis's camp is simply stirring the pot. Meanwhile, Stevenson remains focused on his February 22nd bout against Floyd Schofield Jr. in Riyadh. However, if he wins convincingly, the calls for a Stevenson-Davis showdown will only grow louder. With Tank planning to retire by the end of 2025, the clock is ticking for this potential super fight to happen.
Good boxing, nigga. Like, that's one way I look at y'all two as the best in the division.
How? Show me something that he did spectacular. Show me something that he did outrageous. Show me.
Right,
his power not outrageous.
Okay.
What defense?
You think he got defense?
He just jumped.
Stevenson fired back, saying, "If Tank really wants this fight, then let's make it happen. No excuses, no delays. I'm ready whenever he is." His confidence only added to the hype, as fans debated whether Davis would accept the challenge or focus on other opponents before retiring. With Davis planning just 3 more fights, the pressure is on to secure the biggest matchups possible. A fight with Stevenson would be massive, but so would a clash with Vasily Lomachenko or Keyshawn Davis. No matter what happens next, one thing is certain, Tank Davis isn't leaving boxing quietly.
And I think that could be Tank. That would be Devin, that would be Shakur, and Tank Davis himself.
You got the last one right. That's the only person that can beat me. Gervonta Davis. That's the only person. Them niggas cannot touch me at all. They all been in the ring with me. They all been in the ring, and I cracked both.
With both fighters on a collision course, fans are already speculating about how a Davis-Stevenson bout would play out. Would Tank's power be too much for Stevenson? Or would Shakur's slick defense and precision give him the edge? For now, Stevenson has to handle business against Schofield, while Davis prepares to face Roach. But with Eddie Hearn pushing for the fight and both men showing interest, a showdown in late 2025 seems more likely than ever. If Davis truly wants to solidify his legacy before walking away from the sport, taking on Stevenson might be the perfect way to do it.
In a contract, we can make, I done said, bro, I'm not even like no delusional nigga. I don't get out there and just say anything. So it's like, I'm not gonna act like I'm the A side or, oh, I deserve 50-50. Yo, bro, let's negotiate. Let's see where it goes from there. I know I'm the B side.
The stakes couldn't be higher. For Davis, a victory would reinforce his reputation as the most dangerous finisher in the sport, proving that no style can withstand his relentless power. For Stevenson, a win would solidify him as the smartest and most technical fighter of his generation, showing that skill and strategy can overcome brute force. With both men eyeing greatness, the anticipation continues to grow. The only question now is whether boxing politics will allow this dream fight to happen before Davis walks away from the sport.
Think people say that Shakur Stevenson then is the next big thing in the sport.
For one, I really think the fans don't really see nobody beating Shakur. When people bring up him and Tank, when I see and I go read like little stuff about it, they really be debating. It don't be like, oh, Tank is...
With both fighters remaining undefeated, the debate rages on. Who has the edge if they finally step into the ring? Stevenson's slick defense and sharp counterpunching could pose serious problems for Davis, forcing him to work harder than ever to land his signature power shots. But Tank has made a career out of breaking down opponents, adapting to different styles, and delivering devastating finishes when it matters most. As the war of words intensifies, one thing is clear. If this fight happens, it won't just be about skill. It will be about heart, strategy, and who truly deserves to be called the best in the division.
Fights can still happen, but after this year, I'm out of.
Could we see you with Shakur before you go?
Why you think about retiring? For what? Like, okay. Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done?
Despite the potential roadblocks, the demand for this fight is undeniable. Fans, analysts, and even other boxers are calling for Davis and Stevenson to settle their rivalry in the ring. If both fighters keep winning, the pressure to make the fight happen will only grow. For Davis, a victory over Stevenson would solidify his legacy before retirement, proving he's the best lightweight of his era. For Stevenson, it's the ultimate test. Beating Tank would establish him as the new face of the division. With time running out, all eyes are on their next moves. If everything lines up, this could be the fight that defines 2025 and goes down as one of the greatest showdowns in modern boxing history.
On the kings of that division, the kings of this era, the kings of everything. So, like I've been saying it for years, the moment is gonna come, and when it happens, I'll be ready.
Why does Shakur Stevenson beat Gervonta Davis?
Because that I'm a better skilled boxer.
A Davis-Garcia rematch would undoubtedly be another blockbuster, drawing massive attention and pay-per-view sales. Garcia, despite his loss, has remained a major star with a dedicated fan base, and his recent performances have shown growth and determination. He has repeatedly expressed his desire for redemption, insisting that he wasn't at his best in their first encounter. For Davis, a second fight with Garcia would be more than just another payday. It would be an opportunity to silence any lingering doubts and prove his dominance once and for all. However, some critics argue that the first fight was too one-sided to warrant a rematch. Garcia would need to show significant improvement in the ring to make the fight more competitive this time around. As Davis inches closer to retirement, every fight he takes will shape his final legacy. Whether it's Stevenson, Garcia, or another top contender, his remaining bouts will define his place in boxing history.
Match necessary. Stop bringing that up. The second Ryan Garcia hit the Colin Kaepernick in the middle of the fight. All rematch clauses.
Garcia's showing in their first fight was heavily criticized, with many arguing he lacked his usual sharpness. He later blamed the 136-pound catchweight, claiming the weight cut left him drained and unable to perform at his best. Since then, Davis has only strengthened his position, winning the WBA lightweight title and solidifying his dominance in the division. But despite the loss, Garcia remains determined to get a rematch. He's eager to prove the first fight wasn't a true reflection of his abilities, keeping hopes alive for another showdown on more favorable terms.
Hopefully I fight Ryan again. If they not on some host, I'll text that ass again. Tell them boys to give me 150 M's. I'm coming. Know what I mean? When I start streaming out there.
At the moment, Garcia is serving a 1-year suspension after testing positive for Austrian before his scheduled bout with Devin Haney. The 26-year-old is set to make his comeback in May 2025, likely facing Rolando Romero at the welterweight limit. This jump in weight could make a Davis rematch more challenging, but if Garcia manages to defeat Romero, who boasts serious knockout power, it would only fuel the excitement for a potential second clash with Tank.
Ryan Garcia can't beat Tank Davis, and he knows that. He knows that. He knows that. He shared the ring with him. He knows that.
In a conversation with ES News, Davis didn't dismiss a rematch, but made it clear that he has conditions. Yeah, it's a massive fight, he admitted, recognizing the fan demand. However, he refused to agree to another catchweight. But not at 143. Why 143? Probably at 140. That's the next weight class up from 135. It's the weight class he fights at, Davis stated. He also imposed strict rehydration rules. Let's do 140, and he can rehydrate back up to 150, or at most 152. I'm 135, brother. Davis's stance highlights how much weight played a role in their first fight's narrative. While he appears open to negotiations, Garcia's potential commitment to the welterweight division could be the biggest hurdle. His upcoming bout at 147 against Romero could solidify his move up, making it difficult to return to 140 under Davis's terms. Despite these challenges, the demand for a rematch remains strong. Both fighters have star power, history, and unfinished business inside the ring. Fans are eager to see whether Garcia can redeem himself, or if Davis will once again prove his superiority. With Davis set to retire by the end of 2025, time is running out for this fight to happen. If the terms are met and the fight is finalized, it could be one of the year's biggest boxing events. What's your take? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.